All right, BLaKBoXXRadio. We are in the box. It is 2/10/22, and we're in the BMore BLaK Series. So, we've been rolling this series all week. We got another week. This is the fourth voice in the series. I'm Queen from BLaKBoXXRadio. I'm a host here. We're a media platform for Black excellence. We platform Black people, we platform Black genius, and we definitely disseminate information to the Black community. But we also humanize ourselves to other communities who are not familiar with the Black experience. So tonight in our BMore BLaK series, we kind of started this series as very intentional, and it's Black History Month. Everybody knows that it's a National Black History Month, but Baltimore is a special city, and we got some real power in Baltimore, and so we wanted to definitely platform BMore Living History. That's for sure. And tonight, I'm about to show y'all something. A lot of people know though, this brother everywhere. Cool Green, please. Y'all seen Cool Green. But I have AC Green in the box tonight. Say hi to everybody, brother.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? Nice to meet y'all. Nice to be with y'all tonight.
And tonight you see it's Hat Tilt Thursday. I got my hat tilted. And this is a cool green hat, y'all. Look under that's that Oreo joint under there.
That's
That's
that
like a
Baltimore love.
yeah. What's this hat, AC?
That's the Baltimore cool green snapback right there. You know what I mean? You
Okay.
got the basically the Baltimore, then you got the Oreos color right there, and right
Yeah.
under the brim,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know what I
showing
mean?
people
The
under the
treasure
brim.
under there. You know, you
Yeah.
got the Oreo bird.
Yep.
You got the Arab cut, the Baltimore houses in the background, the Baltimore skyline. That's Baltimore all day.
This is
Yeah.
BMO all day, so I'm always representing. I had to put this. This is the first time I'm wearing this cap. Real talk. So I'm tilted up. I'm down with Cool Green. What's the line, bro? What's the line about Cool Green?
Man, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way. That's just basic.
That's just basic. I
Um,
ain't in the way, y'all. I'm all out here because I got my shit on. So we are so happy to have you. I had you for the Rona report, and of course that never came to fruition. So it was so important to get you back. And I just want people to know who you are. I see you hustling. I've been to your spot a few times. We always talking on the low. I'm always bigging you up. And I just love your hustle, bruh. So first I
yeah.
want you to talk about yourself and who you are, where you from in Baltimore, and then we're gonna go right into the story.
Well, I mean, I'm AC Green, you know, and I come from Baltimore. Um, I was just blessed to have my 36th birthday, a few days ago, the third. So I just had my birthday, and that's a blessing right there because you know what I mean I'm the type of person I'm not that big on birthdays, and my significant other she definitely been bringing it out me the past few years to really like recognize my birthday, you know,
Mm.
and yeah, so and I mean it just is a beautiful thing, you know what I mean I'm from a beautiful city, you know,
What part of
Baltimore.
the city did you grow up
I'm
in?
from, I'm from West Baltimore.
West
West
Baltimore.
Baltimore, McCullough Homes. You know,
McCullough
McCullough
home.
Homes. Yeah,
Okay.
Project baby. You know, yeah,
Listen, most of us
yeah,
are. That's what
Project
okay, so
baby.
that's
Yeah,
West Side. And McCullough Homes is still rolling.
yeah, still rolling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of good people. You know what I mean? Come out of McCullough Homes. I tell people all the time. You know what I mean? Especially whoever the family is that live in my old home. You know what I mean? I try to, you know what I mean, put the energy out there all the time to, you know what I mean, to tell whoever may live in there, you know what I mean, take how many pictures you can in that home, you know what I mean? Cause that home gonna be like, you know what I mean, like the poor homes one day. Like the poor homes, it's still people go down there and
Yep,
visit their home. You know what I mean? It's
that's
gonna be
true.
soon in the future, God willing, you know what I mean, as I, you know what I mean, make more history and things like that. And that home, you know what I mean, it's gonna be a very famous home, basically. You know what I mean. So
At some
get
point.
all your get out 567 Dolphin Street. You know what I mean. If
You're
whoever
killing
live in
it,
that
bro.
house, get
You
all
said
the pictures
take
you
pictures
can in that house, outside that house. You know, cause them pictures
because they
gonna be
coming back in one day because you're gonna be a
coming.
star.
Yeah, they coming back one day. You know what I mean.
I
Well,
love that about you.
one day come, they tear down everything around there. They gonna leave that house.
You better know it because who
Yeah,
started there? AC.
yeah, AC Green.
I
But
love it. I love it. So you went to school around that area
yeah,
also?
I went to school. well, my first school, 122. I went to 122. But what's
Mhm.
crazy is we talking about 122. Yeah, I went to elementary school 122. That was, and another elementary school I went to 125. Middle school I went to Booker T. I went to Booker T. And well, before Booker T, well, I went to 3 middle schools. Well, four elementary school. I
4?
went to, yeah, 4.
Wow.
But I never moved out the neighborhood.
You went to 4 elementary schools.
Elementary schools, yeah. And I
Wow.
never left the neighborhood.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Man, that's amazing. I never heard that.
yeah, 4.
Wow. Okay.
I went to 122, then I went to 125.
Okay.
And then that I got put out on 125 and went back to 122.
Okay.
And then from 122 to Mary E. Rodman's up Emerson Village. Because
Oh,
I got put
okay.
out on 122 again. So my grandmother lived up Emerson Village. So I went to school up there. I used her address. Went to
Okay.
school up there for a little bit. So that's the 4 elementary schools I went to.
So
123.
you're saying you're being put out of these schools.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So you was doing
I
your
got
thing.
put out. Yeah, I got put out of school. All the schools I got put out of was 2 schools I didn't get put out of high school.
Okay.
I went to 2 high schools. I went to Douglas and I went to Harbor City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never
And
got
so,
put out of. Yeah, I never got put out of high school. And I never failed a grade until I got to high school.
oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Okay. And so you
Even I got
graduated
put
from
out all
Harvard
them
City.
schools. Yeah, I went to
Wow.
Harbor City. The only reason I went to Harbor City is uh when I got to high school, I started getting locked up a lot. And so when I came home with one of my juvenile bids, the principal there tried to act like she didn't want me in the school. Cause you
Mm,
got to get re-enrolled again. But she couldn't do that. So I told my PO about it and she was saying, well, she can't do that. She asked me, do you want to go back to that school? Cause the principal was saying she thought it was like more better for me to go to Harbor City. I wanted to go back to, you know what I mean? That's where my people's at, you know what I mean?
yes.
Homeboys, homegirls, that's where everybody at. And so my PO, she asked me, she said, do you want to go back to Douglas? She said, if you want to go up there, I can make it happen for you because it's no way that she can't tell you can't come there. You know what
Okay.
I mean? And I thought about it for a little minute. I said, no, I go to Harbor City. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I don't want no trouble. Harbor City is going to be some bull. The magnifying glass, you know what I mean? The
Right.
spotlight going to be on me. If the principal, she feel like this about me, she don't even know me for real. So I went to Harbor City. And Harbor City was like 3 blocks from my house anyway. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you graduated from Harbor City,
Yeah.
and where were you? Did you do
No,
some?
I ain't graduated from Harbor City.
Oh, you didn't graduate from Harbor
No, I
City.
got my diploma though.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
got your diploma in Baltimore, and then what was next? Did you go to school? What were you doing
No, I got my diploma. I got my diploma in the joint.
in the
Actually,
joint?
I got locked up in Harbor City. They came and got me in Harbor City. The
Okay, you
police.
see, we're trying to hear the story because
Yeah.
the story is the inspiring part to where you are today. And so you were getting locked up in high school, middle school, and
Both.
then
I mean, I caught my first charge at Booker T in
hello.
middle school. I had to been like I was 13. I was around like 13. Yeah, 13 or 14. Yeah. Yeah, I was
Wow.
like, and I mean, it was just a fight. It was a fight. And I guess you could say I went overboard for real because after the guy was on the ground, I stomped him. You know, back then we had mountain gears, so it messed his face up a lot.
Ah.
And so they locked me up, you know what I mean? School. That was my first uh well, no, my first charge was at Harlem Park. I forgot to tell you, middle school. I went to 2 middle schools. So I went up. Oh, well, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. So no, I'm gonna get there because Booker T. No, Booker T is when I first caught the first charge, my
So
first juvenile
you've been
charge.
in a lot of schools in Baltimore
Yeah,
in your neighborhood, and you were locked up
yeah,
while you were in a few of them. Then you came back to school, and then
yeah,
you got your GED in the joint, right?
yeah. I'm gonna run you through it right quick. All right, Booker T. All right, that happened at Booker T.
Okay.
I got into it at Booker T. Me and the dude got into it. Locked me up. My parents came and got me. I remind you too. I came up in I'm from the projects, but I came up in a 2-family household. You know what I mean? With
So
my
you had
mother
a
and my
father and a
father.
mother in your house.
Yeah, and
Excellent.
yeah. My mother and my father, man, they came and got me. My mama like yesterday, they came and got me. They took me right back to the school because that happened early in the morning. You know what I
So
mean?
that
So
in the eve, you right back in school.
yeah, they took me right back to school because they mad because I tell them what happened. I tell them what happened. They took me right there. They took me right back to school, and yeah, we got it straight. We got it. I wouldn't say got it straight, but I was still at the school. But what got me put out of Booker T is we had this principal, and I had got into it with my teacher. She was the type of teacher every day. Mind you, this middle school. Every day she used to have us sitting in a new chair. She'll give us a new assigned chair every day. We in middle school now. Not once a day, not once a week, or every
Every
day.
day.
Sometimes 2 times or 3 times. She'll give us a assigned seat. Well, I'm getting tired of it. So we're getting into it. She sent me to the office. She sent me to the office, and I get into it with the principal. The principal was a Puerto Rican guy, and we got into it. We had words, and in his office, he pushed me, and I fell on his chair. He had one of them chairs. He had one of them chairs like you can lay out on it. I mean, so it was a couch. It wasn't a chair. So he had pushed me, and I fell back. And then once I got back up, I got it. You know what I mean? I cussed him out. I told him, man. I told him a lot of things, and but really hit the button when I told him I'm gonna get my father come up there and whoop their ass. And he instantly got on the phone.
Yeah,
Like
you
soon as
scared
I
them,
said,
bro.
I mean, I called him everything in the book. It ain't really phasing. But when I said that, I'm gonna get my father come up here and you do this too. He instantly got on the phone and he called the school police and they came up there and locked me up. You wanna know what he said? He said I put my hands on him. He made
What?
a big yeah. So that was another charge. Yeah. He said
So wait,
I didn't even touch the man. He pushed me. I fell on the couch. I got up, man. Yeah, and got into it and just told him about itself.
so you
But
telling me a principal?
a principal, yes.
That's
I
unfortunate.
still can't stand him to this day. Yeah. So they so I get locked up again at that school, and parents came got me, and I don't remember exactly when I came back up there. I don't know if it was next day, but I know it was soon. I know it was in that week. We came back up there and we had a meeting, which is my parents with the principal, and and during the meeting, your parents, they know if your child lying or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they know what I was saying. They know I was telling the truth, and so I wasn't really letting it go during the meeting. But did you ever hear the Baraka School?
Baraka School, no.
Baraka School is a school, a program they started years ago. Like it was like in the late '90s. It was around like '98. It was a program they started in Baltimore, just a Baltimore thing that they got Baltimore youth. They went to the middle schools. They got Baltimore youth and supposedly problem youth, and they got them in that program, and they took them to Africa to go to school to Kenya, and they came to my school, and they got all of us out in the classroom. They got in this room, and they took the packet home. Maybe a week before that incident happened, I took the packet home and showed them my parents and things like that, and that was brought up in the meeting. So he said this. He said, "This is what I'm gonna do." He wanna make amends, right? He wanna kill a situation. He said, "Man, I would do what I gotta do to get you in that school." You know what I mean? And basically, we basically killed everything was going on between me and him. And my parents, they agreed to it, and he kept it in the bargain because I was accepted to the program, and I went to Africa. I went to Baraka School, so that was one of my middle schools too.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. You went to where?
Baraka School. Yeah, you gotta look that up once we added all this over. You gotta
And so,
research
yeah, I
that.
gotta look that
That's
up. Where
Baltimore
is it?
history. Yeah.
And where
It's
where is Baraka School at?
Baraka School was in Africa. We went.
So you went to actually Kenya?
Yes, they took us. There was a 2-year program. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, yeah.
I did listen, I thought I know a
Yeah,
lot about you. I don't know about that.
yeah.
Okay, so
I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. My
you went to
story definitely
Africa.
deep. Yeah,
How
I
was
went
that
to Africa.
experience at 13?
It was beautiful. It was like the funnest part though. Before you go over there, because before we go over there, I mean, they get used from different middle schools in the city. So it ain't just guys in my high school. It was maybe about two guys that was in my high school that went with me. You know what I mean? So you had other guys from the city, East Baltimore, West
Sure,
Baltimore, different middle school around the city that was picked for
sure.
whatever reason they was picked. You know what I mean? And they put us together. But before we went over there, we had to get to know each other. We went on camping trips. That was my first time went to camping. I never been to Boy Scouts, so that was the only time I went camping. You know what I mean? They took us on camping trips. I learned. They taught us chess. They taught us chess before we went there. That's how I learned
Mm,
how to play chess. And at city school was where we went. In the summertime, we had summer school. It was just us, the boys that was going over there in the Baraka school, was just us. So it was basically bonding. As I look back at it now, I see what they was doing. We were just bonding with each other
sure.
before we went over there back to the motherland together. And but yeah, it was a good experience. Before and the plane. One of the plane rides was one of the fun experiences too. We rode first class. My homeboy, my man Kev, we was young. He had hair on his face. So we was able to get stuff on the plane that we ain't supposed to get, like drinks and stuff like that. Cause we riding in first class. My
Here we
man
go.
looking over there like, okay, we have what they have, you know what I mean? So but it was a good experience. But like back then, like a lot of my blessings, I turned into a non-blessing. You feel me? I made the worst out of it because it was a
Wow.
2-year program. I supposed to been there for my 7th grade year and my 8th grade year. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We going to school there, school. So I only made it over there. I only last over there for a month.
A month?
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, a month, barely a month, and it was a two
Bruh.
year. It's a 2-year program,
And you there for barely a month.
barely a month.
And what was
Yeah,
this? Bad behavior?
yeah. Like
Mm. So
I
you was off
mean,
the hook.
like they
Let's
say, man, you can take the you know what I mean, the
the
person
kid
out
out the
the
hood, but not the hood out
process
the
who
kid.
still was in them, man. Like if I told you what happened over there, you probably wouldn't believe me. You
I,
probably be like, no, I gotta research this. Like this is shit. This is just too crazy. Like
we have to talk about that off mic. We don't have enough time.
yeah,
Me and you gonna talk about that off mic. So you went to the Baraka school in Africa. You have
yeah,
a unbelievable chance, a young man coming out of
yeah.
McCullough Homes to go to Kenya to go to school, and you don't make it a month. Gotta come back because
I ain't making them up.
you can take the kid out the hood, but not the hood out the kid.
I got
Okay,
kicked. I got kicked
got
out of the motherland. They kicked me out of the motherland.
I
Yeah.
hear you, bro. So you coming back?
So
You in high school?
I'm back. No, I'm back. When I come back, I go to Harlem Park. I go to Harlem Park. When I come back
Okay,
home, I go to Harlem Park. Um, and yeah, I go to Harlem Park. Then I mean, yeah, I got in Harlem Park, and that's when like I guess things kind of like I really start really getting to the streets when I start going to Harlem Park because I was exposed to more. You know what I mean?
okay,
Because I mean, even though I'm from the projects I was from, you gotta really go outside the projects on the avenue to really see things. But you know what I mean? But when I was going to Harlem Park, that's when I first really start really hooking school. You know, man, some of my classmates was already selling drugs and stuff like that. And even to get to school, you know what I mean, we gotta walk past the biggest weed strip in Baltimore, probably the biggest weed strip on the East Coast of the United
really?
States. You know what I mean? The biggest dope part of town. You gotta walk past all you exposed to all that. So that's when I really started, you know what I mean, really going downhill a little bit. And then after that, well, I had caught a charge there too with my homeboy. Like I said, we had cut out early and we seen one of his homeboys. He was from Sandtown. Cause that's Harlem Park is kind of like in the Sandtown area. So So we had left out school. We had our uniforms on too. You know what I mean? I was real slick with my uniform. Had the had the hush puppies on. They matched my uniform. We had our uniform was what it was, khaki and white. Yeah, and I had khaki and white. I was only dude with khaki and white on hush puppies. Yeah, I was killing
You
them.
are funny.
So
So you had
we
your
get
hush
out.
puppies.
Yeah. So we get out of school, and he see one of his homeboys. They driving pulled up, and he like, man, we trying to get some weed. They take us. We go get some weed, but on our way come and get the weed, it's this car. We in the car, smoke with this car, like hit us. And I'm just seeing the car. We on North Avenue, North and High, but come back over west. This car just hit us, and we just looking. And then next thing you know, it just guns on in our face. But once we get down where we going at down there, come find out the car was carjacked a few days ago. The dude that was driving it, the carjacked the car. So I'm in a stolen car. My man in a stolen car. We ain't even know it. So.
Wow.
Yeah, that was another charge, and yeah, it just was this thing just was going downhill,
Okay.
and like it just like more charges, the more what I mean, hurt my mother and stuff like that. My homeboy, his parents came and straight got him up Northern District. I had to wait the next day. I got down the courthouse, what I mean. My mother and my father came got me, and
Well, let me ask you a question. What are your parents saying to you? What are they? Well, all of this movement, you got a two family, you got two parents in your home, but most people don't have. What are they saying?
I mean. They wasn't really saying nothing. I guess they really know what the hell to say. Like really, like
Well,
I
that's
mean,
honest.
I got ass whippings when I was coming up, but when I started really doing that type of stuff, and yeah, they really didn't sit down with me too much and really say. I mean, I can see the expression, especially my mother's face. I could see the expression on her face. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
hurt. I mean, but I mean, some of the things wasn't on really on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the things wasn't
Some of
really
the
on.
things you got caught up, right?
Yeah, some of the things, man, wrong place, wrong times.
Okay.
That
Okay.
was one situation,
Okay.
and but yeah, like I said, like Harlem Park is that's when I really started really dabbling in the streets, and then when I just really kind of became a part of the streets, and it was a time that I was a part of so much, what I mean. Ran away from home just so I could just be a part of the streets, The
Wow.
times that my mother, she'd come on the block, maybe ride up on me, and I run like she was the police.
What? So
I
she
mean,
come to see you and you gone.
yeah, I mean, I got sometimes, man, when your child get so far off, and there ain't really much you can do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I was living that life. I was living that life for a little bit. You know what I
Okay.
mean? 13, 14. I mean, I thought I was living a rap dream, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And yeah, 13, 14, 15. Check it out. My 16th birthday all the way to my 27th birthday, all of them was in jail.
Really?
16 to 27. Yeah,
Was in
yeah.
jail.
All of them. 16 to 20. My 16 to 27. You know what I
That's
mean? So
that's 10
yeah,
years. That's 10.
yeah. So
Wow.
I mean, even though when I was in the streets, that just really shows that I wasn't really that good at, what I mean, what I was doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I
Yeah.
like the hustle, yeah, the grind. You know what I mean? Maybe I didn't didn't really care. You know, but
Okay.
but I mean, a lot of my what I mean, I was a product of my environment. I mean, I got some things. I got a lot of things from the streets. You know what I mean? My character and things like that. Hustle and grind. And the guys I really came up under, they was hustlers. You know what I mean? If you come up under chicey dudes, you gonna be a chicey guy. You know what I mean? If you come up on the killers, you gonna be a killer. All the guys I came up, it was hustlers. You know what I mean? You couldn't really be around, be on the team if you wasn't on that tip. And like I said, when I turned, in and out of jewelry, but when I was 16, some things happened. Some things that went sour, and I caught a I caught a I caught a base no 17 no 17 because I came home when I was 17. I did 2 juvenile bit. I did juvenile bit. I did a joint at a group home, and I did a juvenile boot camp. And then I came home. I came home for that for a few months. Then I caught my adult bit. I caught my when I was 17. I was still in the streets. Some things that went sour, and I caught attempt murder. So,
Mm.
but they charged me as adult. So
Wow.
when I was 17, yeah, but they charged me adult. So at 17, going back and forth to court, I was on out session. When I turned 18, they sent me
Hmm.
upstairs to adults. You
Wow.
know, and I was going back and forth to court, and at the end, I caught 15 hours minimum 10. So my
Wow.
man, I did that bit. I came home when I was 27.
Okay.
So
So
when I
stop.
came home,
Stop right there. Stop right there. So we're hearing from middle school on up. You had some problems with your behavior, and then you were caught up in some things that particularly you didn't instigate, but you was at the wrong place at the wrong
yeah,
time. And
yeah,
then you caught an actual bid that you had to do
yeah,
10 years. So now you're 27 years old, right?
yeah. When I come on this time, yeah,
When you come
I
when you
did
come
from
home.
17, from 17, because they caught me, because they came to Harbor City to get me. That's why
Wow.
I
So
ain't
you were
finished.
still in high
I
school
was
when
in
you got
school.
caught
I
up.
was still going to school. I love school. You go to school, you out the way. When you in school, you out the way. You got
AC,
the
you say
girls.
you love school, bruh.
Yeah, you
Okay.
out the
So
way. My grades wasn't that good, but I was in school. I was there.
you was
I
in
wasn't.
school.
Yeah, I was. If I'm home, if I'm locked up, that's another story. But if I'm home, I'm in school. I'm
You're
going
in
to school.
school. I love it. Okay, so
Right?
you was in
Yeah,
school.
I'm in school. They came and
Okay.
got me. I was in school. Yeah,
So
I
they
was in
came
I
and
was
got
in
you in
music
school.
class at that. I was in music class. Yeah,
I
yeah.
hear
I
you, bruh.
was in music class. They came and got me out of music class. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
You
So
know,
they came and got you at 20. So at 27, what does a young man, what are you contemplating? What are you doing? So what's next? Because you're getting out, it's
yeah,
almost like a fresh slate. You miss a
yeah,
lot. You've been in for 10 years. What's
yeah.
next?
I mean, what's nuts is I don't really know what's nuts. I mean, I just like I've been just plotting and plotting. It's scary, you know what I mean? It was scary because the world change. World can change 6 months. The world can change in a year. You know
Yes.
what I mean? So I don't know. I'm getting close to that date, close to that date. You know what I mean? So I'm just asking guys around me, like, man, yo, what you gonna do when you gonna go home? What you gonna do when I go home? But one thing I learned, right? It don't matter how long a guy locked up. He know what he gonna do. It don't matter if it's gonna take him a year to do it, 5 years to do it, 20 years. I don't care how long he locked up. He can be locked up a year, 5, 10, 20. He know what he gonna do. Cause every night he on that bunk just fantasizing and thinking what he gonna do. Even though he thinking how things was when he was home, it's gonna be totally different. But he still just fantasizing
Yeah.
for years, you know what I mean? But me, I wasn't really sure. I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do. I just knew I was gonna do something different. Cause the streets, it I wasn't winning in the streets. You feel what
Okay.
I'm saying? And look
I'm
how much
feeling
it
you.
took from me. You feel what I'm saying? It took my childhood from me. You know what
Yes.
I mean? I want to be in the streets. You know, my adulthood down there took all my 20s. You see,
Yep.
so I got a break to go out the door. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Really sure, but I just know I can't do the same thing. I know I still gotta get this money because that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? I'm a hustler. You know what I mean? Even in a joint, you know what I mean? I made a way. You
So
know,
tell me what you did the first thing. So after you come out and you get acclimated, did you get a job, a trade? What you do?
when I first come, it's hard because you're on VPU. You know what I mean?
Tell us what that means. What's that?
That's it's is
You on the box?
it's violent. Yeah, you on it's a violent prevention unit.
Okay.
You know, VPU, like if you get locked up for something serious, like a gun, you come off something serious, a gun, murder, something like that, you on VPU. It's a different type of parole and probation. So you going
Got
up
it.
there, I'm going up there going up probation probation 3 times a week.
So
I'm
you got to
paying
go to see your
twice,
PO 3 times a week, and you have to
three
pay.
times. Yeah, I gotta go up. Listen, yeah, I gotta go there 3 times a week. I had to go up. I'm just coming home. I gotta see her the next day I come home. Then I gotta be up there in front of her 3 times a week, and I gotta piss twice a week. And
Wow.
I asked her, I said, man, probably like after doing this for like maybe like a week or two. I said, man, how you expect me to get a job if I'm in your face damn near every day? You wanna know what she told me? She
What?
said, get a night job. I'm like,
I love it. She said, well, work overnight.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So
So
they wasn't gonna. That wasn't gonna change. You
wasn't
still
gonna
gonna have to go to.
change, you
That
know what
wasn't
I
gonna
mean?
change.
So
Okay.
I had to work. I had to find a way to maneuver. It's gonna be. I knew it wasn't gonna be easy. You know, I know it was gonna be obstacles in my way. I know it wasn't gonna be no like red carpet laid out. I wasn't expecting that. You
Okay.
know, so when things came my way, I ain't say F it or I'm ready to go do this. Forget them. You know what I mean? I just, you know what I mean, played the game to my advantage. I'm just like okay, and but I ain't get no night job. But I just like okay, and then I'm paying you. You got paid. You know what
I
I
know
mean?
you gotta pay.
My time
Shoot.
like this. I said, man, I don't have no job. I don't got no money. She said, man, she was cool. She liked me a little bit. She was like, she said, well, do this. She said, well, write the commissioner. I said, oh yeah. So I wrote it. But I ain't know everything you write. Like let's say you write anything in the system, your PO get a copy too, right?
Mm.
So she got a copy of my letter, right? Well, you already know how my letters be because you said something about it. But it supposed to have been a nice long letter to the commissioner, though, right?
Well, what kind of letter did you write? Did you write something bad about the
I
PO?
wasn't pleading to his ass. I told him, I gave his ass like a sentence. I said, man, look, I said, I'm just coming home this time. I don't have no money. I can't pay. It was like, it was, I don't even think it was 2 sentences. So I go see her one day. She said, oh, yeah, I see you wrote the commissioner. Yeah, I said, yeah, I took your advice. She said, man, that was a real nice letter. She said that was a real nice long letter. She's been sarcastic, right? It took me a minute to catch on what she was saying, right? Then I realized she got the letter. It's right there in front of her. She got a copy of it. I was like,
Wow.
man, and but they X out my payment. I ain't had to pay them. It worked.
It worked. Them 2 sentences.
It
Wow.
worked. It wasn't even two
Okay.
cents. It worked.
So you don't have to pay no more. What
I
so
ain't
what
had
did you
to pay.
do per se for work? How did you get to, because we talked a little bit about what electrician. How did you get to a job to start
Well,
taking care of yourself?
well, I mean, it's jobs out there just like a job now, man. I mean, God put certain people in my life. Well, my first job was I was in a library on a computer. I was still computer savvy. I was at a library, like looking for jobs and stuff like that, right? And it's this lady there. She was an older lady. She looked good and everything, and we
Did you
just
say
hit it
she
off.
looking good?
Yeah, she we just hit it off. We just talked a little bit. You know what I mean? Then she invited me to coffee, let her know my situation, and we became friends, and we became more than friends. And she got me. She put me on with the temp agency. I ain't know nothing about no temp agency. So probably like not even a month being home. You know what I mean? I was working at the temp agency. She got me. She got me. She put me in there with the temp agency. Told me what to do, how to do it. I went up there and did it. So I was my first job was like some warehouse jobs, and then I was working at P Park for a little bit. I was just working. I was just all over the place until I made it. I'm gonna tell you where I made it at. Then I made it all the way down to University Hospital. Yeah, working in the kitchen. That was my longest run. I was in there for like a year. You know what I mean? You couldn't tell
Really?
me nothing down there. Yeah, my homeboys used to see me. They used to do a double take, like, damn boy, how the hell you get down here? You know what I mean? And then when I used to get off, I sometimes I might catch the subway back home, get off up and stuff. Yeah, I'm down there in my little uniform, had my name tag and all that. Yeah, I was there working out university, food service, delivering
Okay.
food and all that. Yeah, I was down there. Yeah, temp agency. That's what I talk about. Yeah, temp agency. And yeah, temp agency. And so I was doing that. I was doing that for a minute. You know what I mean? I was down at university. I'm trying to become permanent. I'm down there for a year, about a year and a half. I seen people getting permanent and all that. So I'm trying to get permanent. I mean, I'm in there. They love me. They love me down there. You know, I'm in there. But I'm trying to get permanent. But the temp agency trying to do things to get in my way of becoming permanent. I'm in the office. I'm in the office with the boss of food service and university. He like, yeah, he calling up the temp agency. He's like, man, yeah, I'm trying to make my man permanent. I'm trying to make my man an employee, real employee with us. They on the other end stuttering like, ah, well, he's a felon. He got it right. Yeah, they did that to me.
So they told your boss you about your record.
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
that's legal. I
yeah,
don't
they
know if
did
you can
that
do
to me.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
they did that to me. So yeah, they did that to me because they rather highlight them, man. They want you to work for them. You know
Yep.
what I mean? I don't want
Hmm.
you to, yeah. So yeah, they want to hold on to you, so they make money off of you too. You know what I mean? The person send you out.
Absolutely. So they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
want you to
yeah.
get
He
that
did
permanent
that.
position.
Yeah. He did that. You know,
Mm.
but and yo got the phone. Yo was hurt because the dude was that was trying to get me on was he was a black brother too, young dude. He was trying to get me on. Yo was hurt. Yo was like, damn, Kurt. He was like, nothing I really can do now. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Cause they playing hardball. Even though there was some guys down there too, that had records, but they came through in a different way. So I ain't getting mad. I ain't getting my emotions. I ain't going up there beat the dude up or nothing like that and shoot him or nothing. I'm just okay. I just took it to the chin. I never think I gotta get through. So I got man. I started working down there, man. I'm like basically I'm like man I'm done with down there, and so I was selling knives. When I first came, I was selling knives. I was selling knives on eBay. That's how I bought my first car.
So
Selling knives on
wait,
eBay.
stop. So you telling me you got out, you did all your temp jobs. So they won't give you a permanent because of your background. And you
Yeah,
start selling a weapon, you start selling knives, bruh.
yeah. Actually, I been was kind of
Wow.
well, yeah. I was dabbling in the eBay when I was over on BPRU before I came. I always used to read books, and books used to fall in my hand. I read it, and one book I read because I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do when I get back out here.
Sure.
So I was on the floor, the brother, and he had the book, and he gave it to me to read. But when I read it, I took notes. I still got the notes in my drawer today. I took notes, and the first thing I did when I came home was like the first day, I made a Facebook account because I came hearing about Facebook when I was locked up. That's all I heard saying on the news. Facebook,
Really?
Facebook, Facebook. Yeah, I'm like, man, what the hell? I can't wait to see this face. So open a Facebook account and an eBay account, and that was the first thing to do
That's when
on that
eBay
list.
was on fire then. That was, eBay was the place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so I had at first I was selling like shirts online. Like I go to thrift store buy shirts and just sell them on eBay.
Okay.
And then I found a knife plug, started selling knives. And one year around holiday time, I did good. This one item I sold $1,000 worth in 1 week. And the next week I went to the auction and bought my first car. It was a little hoopty. The light was on the whole time I was in it, but it was getting me around A and B. I had him like 2 years.
AC, you crazy. You are crazy.
It was a matter of fact,
You
it was
bought a car
a
from the auction with the light on.
yeah,
I get it.
yeah,
I get it. So it's getting
yeah.
where you got to go. So are you continuing to sell knives? Talk to
Yeah,
me.
I was still selling. I was still selling knives for a little bit, but I wasn't really making that much money doing it. It was just like an on and off type thing. But I bought that back up so I can get to the next story, because by me selling knives, I was selling knives on eBay, and also I was selling knives on Craigslist. And you know what I mean? When you sell somebody selling Craigslist, you gotta meet them. So I went and I met a guy up there by security right across you from the McDonald's from Security Mall. I met a
Yep.
guy up there, you know what I mean, white guy. And one thing I learned about selling knives is people collect knives. They collect those. People collect them. They don't see us where I'm from. We get knives. We want to do harm with it.
But I told you that I love knives,
Yeah, people
and
collect. I
knives can
never
be
knew.
knives are beautiful. You ever see when you hold a knife and then they got these pretty
Yeah,
markings? Knives can be
yeah.
beautiful. But
Yeah,
see,
I never knew that until I started selling. Even when you list them, like online, you list them as a collectible. I never knew.
okay.
Just like people collect guns too, I never knew. You know what I mean? Like they not just be like harming people.
Well, ain't
You know what
nobody
I
in the
mean?
hood collecting no knife or no gun.
Yeah, you read. Yeah, we know what we collect knives for. But yeah, I met the guy. I met the guy up there. I met him, and I think I'm trying to think. Well, he was there before me. I met him, and I always try to talk to people a little bit, see what they into. You know what I mean? See his job and stuff like that. And he was talking to me a little bit. Matter of fact, he ran late. He was running late. That's how I found out he like, I'm running a little late. I was like, oh yeah, but what type of work you do? He said, man, he got a construction business. I'm like, oh yeah. So that just stuck with me. I just made the sale and went about my business. But that always stuck with me. That was always in my head, like, oh, I know somebody that, you know what I mean, got a construction business. So one day, so so I had plenty of jobs. I had a lot of jobs from the temp agency. You know, like me, like when I came, I ain't feel as though I wasn't too good to have a job. You know what I mean? Some guys, man, some brothers, they too good to work. They too good to, cause when you work, especially when you come from the streets, you know what I mean, you doing your own thing. It ain't easy to taking orders. You know what I mean, from somebody, you know what I mean, that you feel less than you, or you might don't like how they talk to you. You gotta take some stuff, man, when you're an employee. You feel me? So
Yes.
yeah, so and I had a few jobs, you know what I mean? So that lets you know, like, from having none, when I went to job, I had no jobs. Like I had plenty of jobs. We worked at Starbucks. I worked at Starbucks out Columbia. I had, you know what I mean? I
What?
had jobs.
You doing
Yeah,
lattes too? Wow.
barista. Yeah, I was a barista. Yeah,
I love it.
I
I'm
had
learning stuff
jobs.
about you I didn't
But
know.
what
You
made
a barista?
what really made me not to think I'm too good to have a job or thinking I'm a sucker because I got a job. I look at it like this: if I can work all them years for 98 cents a day, I
Whoa,
come out here and work for minimum wage. You feel what I'm
whoa,
saying?
whoa.
Yeah, like you gotta work from before you even go work for the 98 cents a day, you gotta go drop and squat and cough for another man.
Wow.
And then you gotta work for the 98 cent. After you finish working for that 98 cent, you gotta drop, squat, and cough to go back to your unit. You know, for 98 cents. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, man, so if I could do that, I could do this for this minimum. I could do this for the minimum wage. I mean, every time I get a check, it was like nothing. You know what I mean? You coming home with $150 every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? 200. It's kind of no money, but you got to start from somewhere. So I
I
always
love
told
that.
myself that.
I
Yeah.
love
So
that.
well, I grind it out. I know it was something was gonna come about. So I was working at Starbucks, and like I said, you gotta deal with when you working, you gotta really put your pride to the side. You gotta take stuff from people. You know what I mean? My boss, I ain't like him at all. I ain't like his voice. You know what I mean? I ain't like sometimes when he says
You said you didn't like
I
his
just dealt
voice.
with a little but one thing, but the last straw, we just got into it. I was just like, yeah, I got into it and that was it. But
All right, now
yeah,
listen, we 40 minutes in. I
right,
need to know how you got to Cool Green because it's
right.
all over the city. So you don't have all these crazy jobs. You're a barista, you're the knife man, you got a car with the light on. I heard all that. So now, now we're gonna know how do we get to Cool Green? How we get there?
Cool grain,
Cool Green.
cool grain, cool grain. Basically started from the Ave, Pennsylvania Ave. That's where it started. My man gave me that name. My
Really?
man, my man. When I first really official jumped out the port, I jumped out the ports of Sandtown up there. I jumped out the port, but my man brought me around the avenue. Like my first day around there, my man T. You know what I mean? It's a lot of times we get nicknames is when sometimes when a person joking us, you know what I mean, cracking on us, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, man, yo, like AC Green. Me, I'm thinking it sound cool. I'm like, that sound like a hard ass name. You feel me? When I really found out who it was, You know what I mean? Dude played for the Lakers. He was a virgin and all
He was
that
a
type
virgin
stuff.
till
You
he
feel
started
me?
in his, yeah, he was
Yeah,
virgin for all this time.
but still, that was you know, I found out later. I'm like, man, that's the name. But everything is uniform. Everything we do, we got a uniform. You can tell a lot about a person by what they got on. You can tell what type of music they listen to, because they wearing what they listen to. You know who they listening to. You know what I mean? You can tell what rap a person listen to. You know what I mean? Everything. You can tell what music they like. You can tell what area they from by what they listen to, what they watch. We all in union. You can tell. You can tell. I watch people. I'm an observer. I can watch people all day and tell you. I can tell you what job they work at and all that by just what they have on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just coming home from the joint. Back to me just coming home. I'm looking at this world around me. This crazy world that is turning. It's crazy. I see niggas wearing Louis Vuitton on the bus stop. I see Louis Vuitton on the bus stop. I see Gucci over here with his pants down, the dirty Gucci shirt like he had it on like 3 weeks. I see this, I see that. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I see the new style, the new fashion. I'm like, whoa, what the hell is going on? When I went in, Jay-Z had us in button up. We was wearing button ups when I was going. I called my bitch. We was wearing button up. You feel what I'm saying? Come to this.
You ain't wearing no button ups now.
I come to the phone, and you feel everything is. I couldn't get with it. So my first week, I couldn't get. I was wearing casual. My first hand, I was wearing casual because I wasn't getting. I was wearing polo. What type of polo I was wearing. Man, I still got cashmere sweaters and stuff upstairs, lambskin, right? You know what I mean? I was on my casual tip. Cold hand shoes. That's what I was doing. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't get with none of that. But at the while you get tired of. I couldn't wear casual all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be everywhere you see. I just couldn't do it. It was a phase that I went through. So I'm like, man, like I said, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. So I'm like, man, I gotta find some clothes to wear, something cool, something hood. So I was online. I was looking for stuff like an out of state, trying to find somebody with their brand or something I can rock that's hard. You know, I'm looking. I couldn't find it. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I know when I see it, I know I'm aware. But I couldn't find it. You know, so I'm like, man, I'm the type of person. So I'm like, man, I can't find it. I gotta create it. So I'm like, well, all right, well, brand. You need a brand. You need a name. So I'm thinking my name. So I said, I say, Curtis L. Davis Jr. I said, nah, that sound more casual. That sound like more of a casual line. I said, I can't go with that. That may be something I can do with something else. I thought about my other nine. I thought about my street nine. I was like, hold AC Grand. I'm like, hold up. No, hold on. I twisted around so I turned AC to cool. Got cool, and I listened to it, and I felt how it tasted on the tongue. I'm like, that's the one. That's hitting. That's the one. That's
tastes good, eh?
Yeah, you got to taste good. You got to look good, taste good. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Green, like, you know. So that's the one. Yeah. So
Got it.
So I'm like, yeah, that's the one. So I'm on the name Cool Green so hard. I'm like, man, I'm ready to tell all my homeboys, man. I'm ready to be on some Chucky tip, like on my man All Fresh. My name ain't AC no more. It's Cool Green. You know, I'm ready to tell my old homeboys back
Oh
today.
my God.
I never got a chance to do it. You feel me? But I made
everybody gotta call you Cool Green.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I don't call me AC no more, AC Green no more.
Oh my goodness.
Call me Cool, but I ain't never get a chance to do it. But I planted that seed. I ain't get straight do it straight at that. Like I said, I was home. I came in 2012. I ain't starting line to 2018.
Wow. Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So it was all a process. You feel me? I planted that seed in my brain. Once I stepped out the door, I looked around. I ain't getting with this shit. I'm a rebel. You know what I mean? So when I'm in there, I'm wearing what they tell me to wear because I'm an inmate. I can't pick and choose what I want to wear. So I'm getting back out in this world. Y'all ain't telling me what I'm supposed to wear. Ain't no rapper gonna tell me what I'm supposed to wear. Ain't no nigga on TV nowhere gonna tell me I'm gonna wear what I wanna wear. You know
Okay.
what I mean? And when I look at y'all, none of y'all shit y'all wearing ain't cool. That shit look gay. It's phony. It just it ain't real. Then
Did
it
you
ain't
say
real.
it looks gay and it
Yeah,
looks
it ain't
phony
even
and what
real.
else?
It's fake. No, first it's fake. It's not real. Why? And I'm looking at like I'm analyzing things. I consider myself a real person. So I'm like, me, I'm a real person. So me, like a dummy, I'm gonna go get the real thing, pay the real money for it.
The
I'm gonna
four
be in
hundred
the club.
dollars.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be in the club smiling with my real Gucci on. The nigga next to me, he gonna have his $20 joint, but you can't tell the difference. We both in there shining. You feel me? So who would be the dummy, me or him? I would be the dummy for real. I choose not to play that game. Y'all can have that. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
can have that, G. You know what I mean? So like I said, the seed was planted as soon as I step foot out, but it ain't coming to fruition until 18. You know what
18.
I mean?
So that's
Yeah,
6 years later. So that stood with you for 6 whole years before
this
you
whole
said,
year.
listen, we're gonna make this a line, cool green clothing.
Yeah, and then I got I got the logo. I made the logo. But like I said, man, I'm from the like I utilize a lot of things I learned from the streets. You know what I mean? Branding. You know what I mean? I and and I looked at a lot of other brands like McDonald's and even clothing brands. You know, so I knew once a lot of all them brands, especially clothing brands, they got two logos. They have their logo is the words. Like for example, let's say Under Armour. You got Under Armour logo, the word, and then you got their symbol.
That thing.
You see what I'm
So
saying? Even
on this
Polo.
phone, right on this call right now, we got two of your symbols. Because
Yeah.
I
So
got the symbol on and you got the words.
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? The CG, that's the symbol. You know what
That's
I mean?
right.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? I looked at other, you know what I mean? Other before I really get dive in it, I looked at other brands that's really doing it successful, and I see look what they did, and I understood it a little bit. The symbol is more the CG crown is more as a symbol like in Egypt, you know what I mean? They wrote words and symbol, and the symbol it it goes deep, it goes in your unconscious. So I can put a symbol in the sky. A person can be driving 1,000 miles an hour. Let's say it's a McDonald's sign on the highway. You can ride 1,000 miles an hour. You're gonna see that M in the sky. You're gonna see it and you know what it means. You know what I mean? So before I first dabbed in, I said, man, I'm gonna need two logos. One with the words and one a symbol, you know what I mean? And it came about, and then I looked at it. Only thing I had to really tweak again was the symbol with the CG joint. I tweaked again later on, and and um and so I did that, but originally, but when I really first got on the brand, a lot of people don't understand when I started the brand. I ain't make my clothes for nobody else. This was just for me. Like I ain't this was see a lot of stuff I'm doing. It was not, I never planned none of this. Like I never really planned. Remember, I never planned. You know, some people that got clothing lines. This what they wanted to do. I never wanted to start Cool Green. It's not my plans. I never planned to do none of this. I said I was looking to wear somebody else stuff. Mama said I was looking online.
Yes,
This was
yes.
never my plan to start a clothing line. I
So
started the
you was
clothing
planning
line,
to wear
and
you
then when I
you was
yeah, and
planning
then
to have clothes for yourself. Am
yeah,
I
I just
right?
wanted I just and
Okay.
then I just wanted something different. So I was looking to find somebody else clothes to wear. I couldn't find what I was looking for. I said, hell, if I can't find what I want, I'm gonna do it, make it myself. But when I was making myself, it was just for me. Cool Green clothing was just for me, everybody. It wasn't for y'all. You know what I mean? But once I got my first shirt done, I still remember it was like it was yesterday. I went and got it done. I went up to the mall up security and I got my shirt done. I got matter of fact with two sweatshirts. And yeah, that was my pride and joy. I got it done. And I was just saying people reactions and things like that. And then it dawned on me right that like it dawned on me, it was like, who the hell just make clothes for themselves? Just like you got a brand, like who the hell
Oh
it
my
done it,
goodness.
like dawned on me like that, like who does that?
Who
Like,
does that?
yeah, it dawned on me. So I'm thinking like, yeah, that is crazy. So then I started thinking like, you know what? I'm just I'm gonna buy a few clothes. I'm gonna make some few myself, and I'm gonna sell it. And what I sell, I'm just gonna use to buy more clothes for myself. You know what I mean? I was thinking like on some crazy stuff like that.
You
So I'm
still
like, hold
thinking
up,
about
now.
yourself.
I'm still thinking crazy, yeah, still thinking about myself. Think so I said, no, this guy gotta be a businessman. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So I turned it, I turned it into a business, and it just been growing. You know what I mean? Like I said, it was never in the plans. What I learned to do, a lot of things I do, I just let God like just lead the way. Nothing I do is planned. You feel me? Like and like and getting to like where I got when I got even getting to like where I got at now downtown. I mean, like I'm an electrician. I was apprentice for apprenticeship is what was 3 years or 4 years. Apprenticeship is 4 years. Yeah, so I went to school for 4 years. When you're apprentice, you go to school twice a week and you work 5 days a week when you get out of school. I had my school classes was Tuesdays and Thursday. But
Okay.
what made me what got me in the field was when I was at Starbucks, I got a tour with the boss, whatever. I thought about the guy I sold that knife to up there in
The construction
security.
now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought about him. I called him. I said, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I said, man, I remember I was talking to you that day. You was saying, like you got, you do construction and stuff like that. You got construction. He be like, yeah, I got a construction business. I'm like, man, well, I'm looking for a job, and I'm like, man, I don't really got them skills. I never did construction, but I'm gonna quit now. He's like, man, just come on up. I goes up there. Comes find out is he has a temp agency, a construction temp agency. So I'm back in the temp world. Yeah, I'm back in the temp world, and um started working for him. And I'm glad I had my vehicle too, because when you got a vehicle, like I stress everybody, you come out here, man, get your license, try to get a vehicle, because a vehicle can get you to them jobs, you know what I mean? Get you your warehouse job, you go adjuster, more opportunity open up, you know. So
Got it.
by me having a vehicle, I was able to get certain jobs too. And when you're in construction, you all over the place. You can be in
You need
DC.
a vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah, you need a vehicle. So I had got the job. I was working up as a labor. That's all I knew how to do. And a labor, the type of labor I swept floors. I went to a construction site, swept floors. I mean, that was cool. I had my little hard hat on. When I got out of work, people ain't know I was sweeping floors all day. I work construction, you feel me? With my hard hat with pride, you know what I mean? So I'm out here to job all the way out Frederick. Felt like a ride. This place, that place. And with everything always come to an end. You know what I mean? And when things come to an end, you gotta let it come to an end. And they sent me one job at one time out out Columbia, Maryland. They was doing a spa, a beauty spa. It was real beauty. It was real nice. And and well, they sent me there our first day there. They like, well, who's the helpers? I raised my hand. The other guy raised his hand, but it never dawned on me that he thought I was an electrical helper. They
Wow.
they lent us out to an electrical company. So when the company called the company I was working, the temp agency, they was asking for help, but the type of helpers they wanted was electrical helper,
Got it.
and electrical helper has some form of electrical knowledge. They got tools and all that. You know what I mean? They working out the ranks. So he thought I didn't know when I first started. He thought I was electrical helper. He thought I was an electrician. And but I never knew the guys I was working with. They was telling me like the foreman like keep asking about you, like why he don't see me doing nothing, or why the time he hit the corner. And I tell the guy I'm working with, I'm like, all I can do is what you tell me to do. You know what I mean? And so it was going on for a while, and he had got rid of me. Before he got rid of me though, the guy I was working with, well, the guys around me, they gave me tools too. They gave me tools, like their tools is broke, ain't working that good. They gave me tools. I had tools, couldn't tools. But the guy I was working with still stuck with me today. He said, man, he said, yo, He said, you ain't no helper no more. He said, man, you're an electrician. I'm gonna turn you to an electrician. You know what I mean? He used to tell it to me every day, stuck in my head. So when they got rid of me, it always stuck in my head. And then the temp agent called me when I was in the parking lot. It was like, man, what's going on? What happened? I said, man, they think I'm a electrical helper. He was like, what? I said, yeah. I said, man, they think I'm an electrical helper. Like they when they asked y'all, they must was telling y'all they want an electrical helper, not like a regular helper. So they just sent me to another job. But I got tired of that company and I stopped doing that. But once where I was at, another job I was at, he always used to come in my mind like, yo, you ain't no this and that, you're an electrician. He always been in my mind. So it was like God in my mind. So I'm at a job. I'm like, man, I'm not feeling it. I'm like, man, I'm going job. I'm like, this ain't life. This ain't how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? I need a job that, you know what I mean, with benefits that I'm supposed to eat off of and things like that, pay bills. So so I went to an electrical company, went to school, and I became an electrician. And
Okay.
yeah,
And so you
yeah,
was an electrician by the time, because we're an hour in, because I'm gonna get you to the end. I love your stories though.
yeah,
Your stories are amazing. So after you became an electrician, while you were doing, you had started Cool Green Clothing, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So what made you finally say, listen, no more 120, no more 240. I know a little of that language, bro. No
Yeah.
more, no more wiring. I'm gonna do Cool Green fully. What happened with your electrician and for you to go to your clothing and do that full time?
Well, it was like soon. It's like soon as I finished my apprenticeship. It's like soon as I finished it,
Mm-hmm.
it just my foreman. You know, when you go on different jobs, you get different foreman. When I first and I've been with no Jasmine. I've probably been with like 5 or 6 electrical companies. One thing when you got a trade, you just say one job and just chase the money or just go here and there. But I was
Okay.
with I was working at one job and we was working in a hospital. This was during COVID time. COVID just hit. And yeah, it was just, we was working in the hospital and they was behind on the job. They was pushing. Yeah, the foreman was going through stress and stuff like that, and they was bringing it down on us. But you know me, I pushed back, and it just was just going at my neck, and it was just. I mean, I seen myself really exploding on them, and it did happen in a way. But every day I was on that ladder though. But everything I do, I know it just is an end to it because like a lot of people, they look like I said, I never even wanted to be an electrician. You see how I became an electrician? Everything I'm doing out here is not what I wanted. You see how my homeboy was in my head. You see, I'm a floor sweeper. They sent me to a job. And the job think I'm an electrician.
I get it. And then you
I'm
become
not
an
gonna tell,
electrician.
I'm not gonna tell this man like they sent me here to sweep floors. You know what I mean? If he think I'm an electrician, I'm gonna play like I'm an electrician. That's like if I walk on a plane. They think I'm a pilot. I'm a fly. You know
No,
what I
you're
mean?
not.
I'm a
You gotta get
fly.
it right. No,
If
you're
you
not.
on it, you going down with me.
I gotta get up.
But
Okay.
but um, but yeah, so
How
I
did
just
you
seen.
get from electrical to
I'm
Cool
ready,
Green?
I'm ready to tell you. So I
Okay.
seen every day doing that job. Like I said, everything I do, I knew was coming to an answer, and even that I knew. Like the guys, I knew that was just temporary. Doing that, being an electrician in the field, even though I went to school for 4 years and all that type stuff. I know it wasn't going to be my career, it was my life. I don't see myself, you know, what I mean, being an old man climbing up ladders. I don't have nothing against it. But every day, like my last maybe like month, I'm climbing up ladders. I'm just thinking another way. I'm thinking of a way out, you know. And I remember, I remember, one day I was down at the store downtown because I used to go down there as a customer to get like shea butters and things like that, shea butters, black soap, you know what I mean, for my own personal use. Everywhere I go, like even when I was working, I'm my biggest um supporter. You know what I mean? Brand ambassador. Wherever I go, I'm always going to have the cool green on. You know what I mean? I'm aware. You know what I mean? Like it's the coolest before we became the coolest. So
AC, if
like
you don't tell me the story, we're an
so
hour and 5 minutes in. Tell me
so
the daggone story, bruh.
so I'm down there. Listen, I always pay attention to the signs. So I'm down there. I'm getting my little shea butters and stuff. Little dude, he come in and get what he get. And so I'm telling him, yo, cool green. He looking at me like, what? I pointed in my outfit. He said, oh, that's hard. That's what's up. I said, yeah, yo, that's my brand. Tell him about this and this and this. He like, oh, all right, that's what's up. He said, yo, how much it was in the wintertime. He's like, yo, how much I had it? I told him how much I had it. He's like, I'm gonna get a hat, yo, I'm gonna get a hat from you. I'm like he's gonna do something for me. And before we like the store, he's like, all right, yo, I might get a hoodie or something. So we get in my car, we walk to my car a block away. And he ended up getting a whole sweatsuit from me and a hat. This dude don't know nothing about my brand, never seen me there in his life. A stranger. You
Yeah,
feel me? Just
yeah.
straight kicked out bread from brand. So every day
How
I was
much is
thinking
that? How much is it? How much was the sweatsuit and the hat? How much was that bread?
he spent about he spent like 140. He
Okay.
spent like 140. A stranger, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm at work. Like I said, I'm at work. I'm plotting. I'm thinking of escape. You know what I mean? I'm in the field. Like I'm a rebel. I'm coming out in the field every day. Pick the cotton. The cat, I'm putting up light bulbs and stuff. Every day I'm unwinding stuff. I'm thinking of a way out. It dawned on me. Like, damn, that's where I need to be at. I need to be at that store. I'm like, if I can get a couple of yo a day, you feel me? I'd be good. That's where I need the, you know what I mean? It's money right there. I need to be right there. You feel me? So, but this COVID time, so I go down there. I said, let me go down there and holler at brother down there. I go down there. There's a sign on the door. It's closed. Talking about COVID. This. But me, I'm an electrician. I'm an essential worker. I'm still working and stuff. I'm thinking,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not even aware about the world around me. Stuff done stop. You feel me? Stores closed down, stuff
Stuff
like
is
that. I
stop.
go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to wait probably about maybe it's a few months later to really go down there. You know what I mean? To holler at them and talk to them. But before that, I had an explosion with my boss. He just kept nitpicking, and me. But this, I'm ready to tell you this how I became full time with Cool Green.
Okay.
That last job, I'm getting to it. I'm there. All right. I'm there. Listen. All right. I'm a rebel, and I was an electrician. All right. So you work. Most electricians like white guys, and most foremen white guys and things like that. You feel me? And so it's the job behind. They went from we working. Listen, we working 4 days a week. We from working 4 days. We doing 10. Then it went from 5 days
Okay.
a week. Then it went from 6 days a week, 7 days a week. But you know who's not doing none of this? Me.
You.
I'm not doing none of this.
I knew
No,
that.
I'm not doing none of this. You kind of at work? No.
So you're not making
Uh,
no weekends. So you
on
didn't
my
want to work
40.
weekends. Okay.
Yeah. Plus, I wasn't working weekends because at first I just was doing weekends downtown, and I'm
You was
still
doing
my
your
momentum.
clothes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm working for them 5 days a week. You know what I mean? On the weekend, I'm doing my thing downtown. So,
Got
and
it.
I'm starting to get momentum now as the weekends, So I'm like, I'm scared to stop what I'm doing right there because stuff can stop your momentum, and you can
That's
miss
true.
your shine. You can miss your time.
You right.
You got. When you see your time, you got conquered. You know what
That's
I mean?
right.
So I'm like this. These people, man, these crackers, they already got their business. They got theirs. I'm trying to build mines. I'm for me and mines, and I
I
need time
love
to do
you.
that. You feel me? I'm giving y'all 40. I need my weekends. Well, why you can't? Well, what do you got to do?
None of your business.
And they get mad. They get when you don't tell them the reason. They feel as though I don't explain to you. Only time I explain to you why I'm not coming to work if I'm calling out. I mean, so after me doing this for like 2 weeks, and then they started doing it. And like in front of all the whole group, like when we having a meeting, as if I'm a change my demeanor or my change. So they saying that they gotta make an example out of me so they can keep the other slaves in order. You know what I mean? So that they make it.
I get
So
it.
if they see me keep saying what I'm gonna do, not saying not only was saying what I'm gonna do, they're doing it. That mean what if these other guys start doing what he do? You know what I mean? So they had to make an example out of me, even though it wasn't right what they did. I knew what was gonna happen. I mean, it is if they were wrong. I mean, they did. I knew what was gonna happen. I mean, so but me, I was different from them because I had something to fall back on. Cool green and another job. I can go get another job. I'm not gonna take. I'm not gonna take. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna take. I don't gotta take this. You know. So
So what
I
you do?
started doing full
That's what
time.
Lacey Johnson.
I
I
went.
know that's your sweetheart. Your
So
sweetheart said, so what happened? Lacey Johnson, your sweetheart, she said, so what happened?
so what happened? That's how I went from doing days downtown to doing a whole week down there. So I'm looking at it like this. I'm like, man, hold up, man. If I can do this on the weekend, I can do this. So that's how I looked at it. So I mean, they ain't do not help me out. You know what I mean? Push me to do what I needed to do. So that's how I became a full-time entrepreneur. But I'm not saying like everything glitz and glam because I mean it ain't easy. I mean every day is always in the back of mind of getting a job. I might gotta get a job and stuff like that. Cause with business, any business, you know what I mean, up and downs. But you gotta be prepared so you be able to storm. You know what I mean?
That's it.
And I want everybody to know, especially the black brothers out there, like man, AC Green man ain't going back to the streets. I mean, my man Project Pat said, man, a real man with a job before he fall off. You know what I mean? So and shit get too slow, get too hectic. You know what I mean? I don't mind going, you know what I mean, working Amazon or shit, going back to Starbucks or shit. Going back to the motherfuckers who trying to make me work 7 days a week. I mean, so yeah, that's facts,
You're
man. Like
hilarious.
that's
You
facts,
are
man. All
hilarious.
the other stuff going back, yeah, all the other stuff, man. Each day, man. It's so many ways, man. We can get this money, man. We can just get together, man. Put our heads together. That's all we gotta do, man. Is serve each other needs. That's all. We all got needs. Human beings, we got needs, you know. But another person can maybe do better. Like a person making cook or a person making sew or a person making fix cars. So anything we all gotta start leaning each other needs so we can keep that money in the community. You know?
That's it. That's it.
I'm gonna
That's it.
share experience. Yeah,
Your
you know what I mean?
internet
Cause I
not
know it's
doing
probably right.
well.
I'm gonna share this experience right quick.
You going in and out. You going in and out. Your internet
You
is
hear
going
me?
in and out. I can hear you. Yeah. Share the story. But one thing I want you to share also is where you are. So people have to know that you are a true hustler. You stop this job and you on the street, downtown, outside,
Yeah.
Thursday,
Listen,
every day,
listen.
pushing cool green. And people got to come
I'm
see
out
you.
there.
So
Rain,
I also,
rain,
yeah,
snow, all that, man.
this
Snow,
brother is out every
rain,
he
man. I'm
got
out there.
mannequins out that
But
joint. He doing it. So
I'm
you
out.
gotta go check it. So tell the people where
I'm
you
out.
be. So you
I'm out.
yeah, you gotta so they can lay some bread with you. Where you at every
Man.
day?
Yeah,
Where
because
are
I
you every
definitely
day?
need that. Yeah. I need that bread. I need some more. 215 West Saratoga Street. Right now my schedule fluctuates. Right now is Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 6 p.m. You catch me on most of social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, clothing. Also the website on coolgreenclothing.com. And yeah, go and make your purchase because I mean it's definitely needed. And yeah, show some love, man. Everything I do, man. Everything I do is self learned, self taught. You know what I mean? It's just trial and error. You know what I mean? You just got to go out there on fear every day. Every day, you know what I mean? I'm fighting fear. You know what I mean? Because I never know how the day may be or how it may go about and stuff like that. But I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful experience and things like that. To do something, not only to have a business, but to be doing something positive and to be inspiring others. It just something do something to me. Like when people come up to me every day, every day, just tell me just so much. You know what I mean? How I'm just inspiring them and things like that. You can do the same. You can do the same thing just by being something positive. You know what I mean? Me too. You know what I mean? My other homeboy was coming to me like, cause he was feeling good, cause he had homeboy hit him up, cause they need to know about jobs, and he putting on jobs. You know, so yeah, just man, just do something positive. Be positive out here, man. I know it's hard to do wrong. It's hard to do right, and you know what I mean, in a wrong world. But man, you guys do mostly right out here, man, because you making it easy for, you know what I mean, the enemy, you know, because the years they handed out, man, you can't get it back. You know, once they gone, they're gone, and time is more precious than money. You know, so yeah, man, brothers, we gotta, man, we gotta come together, man. We gotta get this money, man, black dollars, and I love what you're doing. This is doing right here. Yeah, you gotta support it. She's setting light on positive things, what's going on. Just for black people in general, not just, you know what I mean, in DMV. And then we need that, you know what I mean? We need
We
black
do.
journalists, that's, you know what I mean, that's not on their payroll and stuff like that. You know what I mean? She don't have to nobody. You know what I mean? We need to support that so she can continue to doing what she need. We need that. You know what I mean? We definitely need that.
I
Yeah.
definitely appreciate that, and that's the truth. But I appreciate that, and I do need support. But also, listen, my brother's at too, because we are our your stories. I'm telling you, we can be on for 2 hours with these damn stories. They funny and you hilarious. I didn't know you was this funny, but anyway, AC
Yeah.
Green is at 215 West Saratoga daily, especially in the summer. Right
Yes,
now,
sir.
he's on a limited
Yes,
Tuesday through Saturday. Go Sunday, check that brother out. Go pick up some cool green. If you're not chilling, cooling with the green, you in the way. So I'm trying to tell you, go get this brother stuff. He's
sir.
outside. This brother's outside. All of those shops down there are owned by other
Out,
people,
out on the
but
block.
he's outside, a black man. So we got to go support this brother. He got some beautiful
Yeah.
twins, beautiful girls. So I'm so
Yeah.
proud of him. He's doing a lot of things in the community. And Miss Lacey, we know about you too, you guys. So y'all keep going, keep doing great things. AC, give us the last jewel. That jewel, put a jewel down for the people.
Well, I mean, the last jewel is basically, you know, man, like yourself. Cause I mean, if you like yourself, you know what I mean, you like your black skin. I mean, you look in the mirror, it would be very hard. I mean, to bring harm to someone that look just like you. You know. So yeah,
Wow,
like yourself. You know, cause also the way you treat yourself is the way you treat other people will treat you. And best believe we are a group. So if the things you do and the people start looking at you a certain way, when I come behind you, they gonna look at me like they look at you because you set the tone. We gotta start setting the right tone. You know what I mean? The
that's
tone we
right.
gotta start setting is, you know what I mean, this dollar right here, you know what I mean, is I mean, we gotta start. You know what I mean. You not getting it anymore. We giving it ourselves. You know what I mean. We got to treat each other better. You know what I mean. Just wish the best. Like I'm telling you, things will be a whole lot different, man. Let's get this money. Let's build. You know, let's build. This is a beautiful city, man. People tell me all the time, man. People out of town, in town, trying to get me out of town. You know, like people even trying to get me be a store that's not even where I'm at, but they don't see my vision. I like being where I'm at. This not for them over there. This I want to make it in my city first. This about BMore. You know, I really love my city. You see that hat she got on right there? I created
That's
that. You know what I mean? To show my love to my city. Ain't no city like us. You know what I mean? We the
You're
one.
right.
So
You're
we need
right.
to start looking at others. Let's look at ourselves, man. Yeah, cause we the ones out here, man. Yeah, we the ones, man, on this coast, man, this whole East Coast in the DMV. You know what I mean? We are the ones. And
That's right.
yeah,
That's
like
right.
I also yeah, also so yeah, that's a jewel. Got plenty of jewels, but can't get all in one time, man. You might OD. You know,
Yeah,
once you OD, you got
you are
you know what I mean?
hilarious.
You got really spoon. Yeah, you got a spoon. Got a spoon. Just like I got a lot of
Well,
stuff
you
in the
coming
work.
back. You
Can
definitely
I be
coming
having
back.
stuff in the trunk, man? I Yeah, I
AC,
be
you
having
gotta go.
stuff in the trunk. I be having to just show certain people this picture. Be like, look, yo, I got this in the trunk, yo. It's just for you, yo. I can't give it. It'd be too much attention for them. You feel me? Some kind of back me like, like, damn, G, my bad. I should have put a warning sign on it, you know.
AC,
But yeah,
we out of
so
here.
bro, I'm just keep leading the way, man.
You
Motivate.
you are something else. I'm
Alrighty,
telling you, I didn't know you had all
my
of this. You
man
something else.
Debo.
We are out of
Oh
here.
yeah,
Listen,
I got definitely got a story, man. It's definitely any
AC.
if any for movie people watching, I'm not selling my rights, but we can make something happen together because my story unique like no other. Like
AC Green.
if it's with y'all, just hear like what? Yeah, boy, yeah, went through all the yeah. My story is just like no other.
You are something else.
Like
I
yeah,
just can't believe what I'm hearing tonight. You something else. AC Green, you have it's been a pleasure. You brought more than I thought. But you know what? I want the people to know this is the beginning because me and you gonna do something together. So we've been talking about it. We're gonna get it together, and it's gonna be something
yeah,
we're gonna bring to the people, and it's gonna be amazing because you are hilarious, absolutely hilarious. But you also love the community and you love Baltimore, and that's where we at. And also tell them the last thing. You have a
yeah.
billboard up. Where's your billboard up, bro? Where your billboard at? I saw
It
you
was
under a billboard.
actually it was my wife. Listen. As I can't take credit for it. I've been getting a lot of credit for it. You know what I mean? I just seen it the other day come downtown, you know what I mean? It was my wife doing. She got a bill for me for my birthday. Thank you, baby.
Oh, that's
It,
so
it was it
nice.
was up for a few days. It's no longer up. It was on 9/5. Yeah, yeah. So
Oh,
yeah, my
that was
wife
your
got me the
birthday present.
billboard, cool green billboard. Yeah, she done. Yeah,
I
that's
saw
one of my
that.
surprises. I had two surprises that took me. I went to the surprise party. Yeah. That was the best. That was the best birthday right there.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's what's up. Lacey,
Uh-huh.
you doing good work, sis. Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
So listen, we're gonna end this one because you have us here all night with these stories and you're
Right.
hilarious. So the rights to your movie, you're gonna have to get that on later. Right now, we get ready to go. And I just want the people get ready. Me and AC gonna come back. We're gonna light up this internet because he gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it. We're gonna talk about brands and we're gonna do something really nice in Baltimore real soon. So listen, thank you for being the fourth voice to the BMore series. It is a pleasure to have someone, and your story is what a lot of young men's story is, and you've been able to overcome and do some great things, and you're going to continue to do great things. So I appreciate you. You my fourth voice. AC Green, cool green clothing in the house. Listen, we boxed up and out. Can I get them deuces? Deuces,
Right.
AC. Where your deuces at? Cause you on freeze.
Man.
There you go. There you
You
go.
don't say,
There you go. There you
man.
go.
I don't know what's going on. Right.
All right, don't go nowhere. I'm giving it in the broadcast. All right, Black Boxes. We see you next time.
Uh,
Check us out on Sunday. We got Tawanda Jones. We boxed up and out. Peace.